We're here in the beautiful Malta and we speak interesting people like Larry Sanger. How are you doing?
Excellent. Great.
All right. Everipedia, it's a new name. Perhaps you can explain. We all know, of course, Wikipedia, but Everipedia is a new venture.
That's right. Well, we started in 2015. The original tagline is the encyclopedia of everything, and it is unrestricted in topic, so we don't have notability requirements. The design has a much more modern sensibility. It's a lot easier to contribute to with a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. Yep, and it now is the blockchain encyclopedia. We're the first encyclopedia to be on the blockchain, and we're also the first wiki to have a blockchain backend instead of a database backend.
Right. It's built on Ethereum network.
I'm sorry?
It's built on Ethereum network.
It's built on EOS, actually.
Oh, EOS. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Was there a reason to build it on EOS, or?
Sure. I mean, it's a lot faster than Ethereum. First of all, that's probably one of the main reasons. We like their vision. It was started by, among others, Dan Larimer, who had experience building the first big content blockchain, Steemit, of course, and in fact our editorial model, insofar as it is blockchain based, is based on the Steemit model, and not entirely, but quite a bit. Yeah, we get along with the people there. They've given us a lot of help, and at Block One, I mean, and the executives there, along with Mike Novogratz, actually invested $30 million before we did an airdrop. So we didn't do an ICO. We did an airdrop last June.
Right.
So, yeah.
You got some venture capital from Mike Novogratz?
That's right. So we raised from traditional angels and VCs before we actually tokenized. So
okay.
Yeah.
So you have your own like EOS token. Can you explain what the utility of the token is?
Right. The token is called IQ, based on EOS. And the way that the white paper describes it, there are three modules. There's the encyclopedia module, which contains pointers to IPFS, where the actual content is stored in a decentralized way, of course. And then the token module basically determines whether determines how people are rewarded and when new tokens are mined based on the votes of the token holders, right? So if you submit a new article or a new edit to an article, then the IQ token holders, they determine whether it's acceptable or not, and then yep, and you can also in the governance module, you can vote on the new changes to the smart contract. So it's democratic, and yeah, we like it that way.
So, for instance, when I submit an article to your platform, it will be actually, of course, validated by like a group of validators, or how does it work?
It's validated right now by IQ token holders, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Whoever is at work on the wiki and looking at our queue, and if you're there, you have some at least small number of tokens, and you are able to basically vote up or down on each of the edits.
Okay.
So yep.
So I mean, do you how can you actually incentivize the users? How to use the token? Is that a challenge to actually use the token, or?
Well, it's the very fact that you are mining tokens by your work on the encyclopedia is itself an incentive, right? And we actually think that, I mean, people are already going to be motivated to contribute to Everipedia. It has had plenty of traction before the new redesign.
You had 2 million users? A couple of million?
Readers, yes. That's right, per month. Not nearly so many accounts made so far, but that's soon to increase after we do our launch in June. So relaunch, I guess I should say. Yeah.
So the token, will there be like the airdrop? So that's the next event, I think, in June, and then the token really gets used on the platform as a way to compensate.
We already did the airdrop last June. Oh. Yeah. So what's going to happen in the launch? I'm not talking about the launch of the token. I'm talking about the launch of the redesign of the site. Okay. And it's not just like a reskinning. It's we are completely changing the software from the ground up to make it as easy to contribute to as Medium. And with changes appearing to other users in real time in the same way as on Google Docs. So we're using React, the JavaScript library, to achieve that, and we're very excited about that. It's going to be the easiest to use DApp. We want it to be competitive with Wikipedia in every respect, not just competitive, but superior to Wikipedia in every respect. One thing that I really want us to do is to make us consistent with Wikipedia up to the second in all of the articles that have not been changed on Everipedia yet. So basically, you're not going to have a reason to go to Wikipedia. The best version of the article will be on Everipedia always.
Is it like a competition? I mean, or is it you're actually competing with Wikipedia?
Well, I would view it more as members, of the same encyclopedia network. So what we want to do is actually to create not just a back end for Everipedia.org. We want to create a whole network of encyclopedias. If Wikipedia wants to join, they're absolutely free to do so. I've already talked to a number of my contacts and reference publishing that I knew from before I came to the company, and there's actually a few different encyclopedia publishers and reference publishers who are interested in putting their stuff on the Everipedia network. We just have to get it all ready, right? And it takes time. But we hope to be doing that in the next 6 to 12 months. Okay. Again, if Wikipedia wants to do that, that is a possibility. We've actually talked to Wikipedia in Korean a few weeks ago. The Korean Wikimedia organization, which is independent of, and they're considering putting their articles there. So yeah, it's very interesting.
So how do you see the future of decentralized information? I mean, we know that China actually blocked Wikipedia, so all the information on Wikipedia. Can that happen on your platform?
They already do. We have been honored. We've been honored by the Chinese communists by being blocked. But no problem. You can't stop the signal if it's on a blockchain, and if it's on IPFS, it cannot be censored. We just spin up a new node, and it's easily propagated. The people who are using it can find out what it is easily enough,
Okay.
and it's going to be a problem for them.
Okay. Last question: what are actually your favorite projects within the blockchain space? If you want to pick 2 or 3 other projects, blockchains, protocols.
Okay, I'll pick a few. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of all of that's out there. It's just, I mean, it's changing so much, so fast. But the ones that I have used that I like are the Brave browser. I actually started using that before it even switched to blockchain, which is actually not coincidental, I think. You know, you have to be good at whatever you do independently of your use of blockchain and crypto, right? And they were, you know, they were trying to create a browser that is, you know, as strong as Chrome, because it's based on Chromium on the one hand, but it totally locked down in privacy on the other hand. Okay, and then they added crypto that just made it better. Okay, so I like that. I also I like Steam. There's various ways in which it can be improved, and I like the fact that they're willing to make improvements as they have. I haven't done a lot of work on Steam because I'd like to use my own blog, frankly. I've got a little bit gun shy after bad experiences with Medium and Quora, which I just got rid of, you know, and I like to have like control over my own content, you know. But I like them, you know, and I love the idea of a community edited blog, essentially. I mean, the idea is very old, you know. It's basically, that's how Slashdot works. That's how one of the early websites on which we announced Wikipedia is called Corrosion, KURO5HIN.org. I don't know if they're still around. I don't think so. But they're the same way. Steam basically takes that idea and brings it into the modern age and tokenizes it, which is cool.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Larry, for your insights. People can go to Everipedia.org.
.org.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.